like I started working with autistic children about 20 years ago. And because my kid's mom, we split up, but she remarried and had 2 kids with autism. And so my son first was trying to help her, and he was like 16 years old. So anyway, I took the kids, I got them with me, and I helped raise them, and we put her through law school. Now she's an advocate for special needs children. It's great, man. Maeve Cromie, call her, she's unbelievable. And I helped raise those kids. But when I was in Pacoima Junior High School, they put me, Malcolm, and a guy named Gary and Mike Cerna into a special room, and they called it social adjustment because we needed to be social adjusted. By the end of the month, there was like 30 kids in this room, and I didn't realize what was going on. We're just bad kids. When I started working with autistic children, I realized everybody in that classroom was on the spectrum of autism somewhere. We had guys that would walk back and forth, and we had guys that would scream all of a sudden. And it was like, wow, they were all smart, but had no filter or no, it's like if you know the answer and you just scream it out, you don't get credit, you get punished.
Right.
Yeah,
we didn't know what to do with ADD. We didn't know what to do with autism. We didn't even know what to do with gay. We're just like, just marry that woman and turn it around, bro. Like
you're so right.
We just didn't know what to do with anything, and all we knew what to do is put them in a room and get them away from the other kids so they can't fuck up the kids.
The first kid that I ever met that was gay, I was in juvenile hall. About 14 years old, and I was in the hole, and I'm looking at this little kid over with like blonde hair, but with a streak in it, a blue streak in it. I'm looking, and all of a sudden I hear him.
This is like in the 70s?
70s. This is in the 50s.
The 50s? Well, you're 79, 20 years. Huh? Okay. In the 50s, really? Well, I didn't want to be rude. You look good.
That was a good year.
Late 50s, early 60s.
But I heard this kid, and I started talking to him, and it was like a little girl. It wasn't like the way a young kid would talk in juvenile hall. Because in juvenile hall, you try to be tough.
Right.
And I said, what are you here for? And he was there because his mom and dad were splitting up and having a custody fight. And he didn't have nowhere to go. So they put him in McLaren Hall, in juvenile hall. And he was, somebody tried to mess with him. So now he's in the hole.
Wow, they really didn't know what to do with gay kids back then.
Nobody knew. Well, it's all of a sudden, kid showed, everybody there's trying to be as macho as hell and tough, and he shows up,
Here's an interesting question just popped into my head. You were sort of involved, very much involved with the system from a young age to what age when you got out of prison?
The last time I got out was 25. I was going to be 25.
So you had a good 20-year run.
Yeah, real well.
Then you got out and slowly but surely became successful. And start finding gainful employment, now an entrepreneur and a business owner. In terms of the California taxpayer, do you think you're still in the hole tax-wise? Like all the money we had to pay to incarcerate you, to transport you, all the judges, bailiffs.
Funny you should say that.
Parole officers, these people are all getting paid.
Are you in the red?
I'm dealing with the tax board right now.
But then you paid it a lot after that.
Oh, God, I'm still paying.
So, I don't know. Like, is Danny Trejo, in terms of the American or the California taxpayer, does he owe us money?